Hi, Dave Priestley here. I just had a little bit of information that I wanted to share with you. I had a handful of requests from some people to do a little video on the following, and I'm going to talk to you about this. And it has to do with kids' loyalty to their parents. And most of the time, we consider that loyalty to be a healthy, positive, good thing. However, in counseling and working with individuals, oftentimes in separation situations or divorce or even contentious situations within a home, I'm finding that the loyalty is creating some real behaviors and some real dilemmas for kids within their own minds, within their own perceptions of things. And let me give a couple of examples. Um, I've had situations recently where somebody comes in, brings their child in, for behaviors or adjustments when they go to one home and then come back to the other home. They're having a really difficult time adjusting to that. And I kind of have just been baffled a little bit of to why that's the extent. They're coming back into a safe place and often leaving a safe place, but they're still having some real adjustment issues. And I'm finding more and more that kids are struggling within themselves of this perception of loyalty that they have. So, for example, if a child comes home to their mom after leaving their dad's home, there's just this kind of this unsaid loyalty that's going on. In other words, within their minds, if I love my mom, that's going to hurt my dad's feelings. Or if I talk positively about my dad, that's going to hurt my mom's feelings. And so there's this kind of this war going on of emotions that lots of kids seem to kind of be feeling a little bit once I really dig down and start to understand their thought process. And I think as parents, this is obviously targeting how we can combat that and help kids through those different things. If you think of a situation, if you're in school or if you're a child and your friend is fighting with somebody else, you're going to have a tendency to be loyal to that friend. And we see that all the time, especially with kids, where just their thought process is that I'm going to be loyal to that person and I'm going to help them out. And so it is in my mind with how they're perceiving things with adults as well, or with the adults in their lives. If I see this frequently with teenage girls, well, all just teenagers. And I'm seeing that where maybe mom has remarried, there's a stepdad in place, there's a difficulty connecting and bonding with that stepdad because of the break of loyalty that they feel with their dad. And obviously, there's ways that we can soften that and help that. There's probably going to be that natural tendency to have that, but I would encourage a couple of things. First off, in recognizing that process probably is happening. Even with best efforts, I feel like that's happening. I think that it's just natural for us to think that way. And so as we go through that and we try to understand those different dynamics, my thought would be that we would try really hard to prepare kids to understand that it's okay to care for both, or that we do care for both. Is what I'm seeing when it really gets difficult and strained is when one parent is talking negatively about the other parent. And the kid is absorbing that and hearing that. And in the parent's mind, we're kind of trying to create this bond and relationship and loyalty and helping them understand our feelings. But it's what that's really doing is creating a scenario of mixed emotions and difficulty that child is going through as they transition from one home to the other. And it also can happen within the same home. If there's contention happening or ups and downs that most all of us go through at periodic times in our lives with those that we care about, the tendency to talk to our kids about maybe how we feel about our spouse or how we feel about their dad or what we wish they would do different. We want to really watch that and be careful with that because it creates that feeling of being stuck in the middle, and it creates that mishap or that misconception of I can't be loyal to both, or I can't be loyal to you and him, or and that takes some transitioning and training to be able to figure that out. And so I just wanted to point that out about talking to the kids about the fact that you realize that is the parent. And there's far too many situations, some of them very valid, of frustration with the other parent or with the other, you know, child's child's parent. And so I would just encourage as you go through these processes and possibly harboring some anger, frustrations, resentments, difficulties that you've experienced, be very conscious and aware that the impact of what you're expressing to the kids is creating a loyalty issue within them, and that loyalty issue can be extremely divided, and it creates lots of things, mainly, especially in the younger years, well, adolescent years as well, grade school, middle school, high school. Handful that I've met with just recently is more so in the middle school, older grade school areas, but it's exhibited, those mixed emotions are just exhibited by poor behaviors and attention seeking behaviors outside of that. And I'm taking that they're just mixed up and frustrated with this loyalty thing going on when parents are handling things in kind of a contentious, strenuous, difficult way. And so I just wanted to express and probably more so help people just be aware that this little inner battle of this loyalty thing is happening with kids, and that it definitely has an effect on them. And to communicate through that is the best thing. Recognize that, you know, that child is half you and half them, and like it or not, that's who they are, and how that is. And so anything that you can do to create a situation where they can feel loyal, they can feel able to express themselves in a positive, healthy, good way to both parents is obviously the goal that we're after. And so I just encourage you to kind of think through that in your relationships, whether it's a split family or a family unit that's going through maybe contentious or difficult times, to be real careful of the things that you're expressing to those young ones, because it's creating a dilemma within them that makes that hard for them to know how to respond to and what to do. Oftentimes exhibiting in behaviors that is more damaging than helpful. So again, Dave Priestley, if you have any questions, I would encourage you to find a professional that could help you through that. Our office is available. You're welcome to call and ask questions or meet with anybody on staff. Thank you.